Hi everyone, it's Tasleem here again. I am going to be talking today about another amazing lesson that dance taught me. And I really feel like saying lesson just feels like such an understatement because this is such a powerful kind of awakening to me that has made me understand so much of the rest of my life and why certain things or certain times in my life really worked out well for me, and why other times I just felt like I was always going against the grain of things and I didn't understand why. Like I thought I was putting in a lot of effort and I just wasn't getting out what I put in. Maybe some of you guys can relate to this. So I found out over the past couple of years, I've been realizing that this is really connected to how in touch, how connected we are to our masculine and feminine energies. Now, some of you may already know this, but I'm just going to go through it because I didn't know this a while back. And maybe you guys can relate to this as well. I thought, like, if someone had asked me about, am I in touch with my feminine energy, I would have probably said, yeah, I'm female, I'm feminine, like, in the kind of stereotypical kind of way that sometimes we think in an old-fashioned kind of way, like I'm quiet, I'm shy, I'm polite, I'm small, I'm soft. Um I'm not like aggressive when I go out there and do things, and I'm caring and I listen, and I wear like I like dressing up, and I wear like sparkly jewelry sometimes, and my headband, like um I also listen well, and I'm like, I just thought that these were qualities of a feminine energy person. And I would have thought that if anything, because the key here is that we, whether we're male or female, we all have masculine and feminine energies in us. I would have thought, if anything, I'm not very in touch with my masculine energy because, like I said, I'm not aggressive. I don't like fight through things, and I'm more I listen and I kind of take things in, and but boy, was I so wrong. And so I had so misunderstood what even masculine and feminine energy even meant, because it turned out and it turns out that I was actually so out of touch with my feminine energy. And I was probably way too in touch with my masculine energy. And the crazy thing is that what taught this to me was partly some relationship coaches and life coaches that I've been listening to over the years on YouTube, but definitely dance. And the interesting thing is that dance taught it to me not with words, but it allowed me to feel what it feels like to be in your feminine energy and to be in your masculine energy. And although I'm female and talking more from my experience about lacking feminine energy, I'm definitely going to talk a little bit also about being in your masculine energy, because like I said, all of us have both. So I'm going to start first with the feminine energy. So in dance, I went to dance with like my way of going about other things. I went there, it was partner dance, and I was like, okay, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to learn the steps. And I was like always in my head thinking, like, how does this work? I'm going to oh yeah, okay, I have to step here and I have to do this, and I will be ready for this, and I'll make it happen this way. But as you all know, as a follow in partner dance, that's not how it works. You can't actually be leading the lead when the leading job is the lead's job. And so I didn't know why it was so hard for me. And the interesting thing was, I remember one instructor telling me that you, when you're dancing with me, it feels like I'm dancing with someone who's like 300 pounds. And he was purposely exaggerating, not to insult me. Not that there's anything wrong with that, um, but to make a point that even though I think I'm soft and feminine and, doing all the things that I think I should be doing, my energy was really heavy. And I don't mean just my weight, because that was part of it. I was probably pulling and like not letting things flow. I was giving a lot of resistance back and not allowing the energy that he initiated to keep going with me, continuing it. But he also meant that my energy of not the weight of my actual physical body, but the weight of my, like, it's like he could hear me thinking, he could feel me not wanting to let this happen, and that I wanted to control it. And I was like, and that wasn't the only person that I'm sure felt that way, but he was one of those people that really voiced it to me. And I was like, how can this be? Like, I'm small, I'm trying to be really light. And when I think about it, I came from, first of all, society really places like this emphasis on, to make it out there, whether you're male or female or anything, you have to put in effort. You have to put in a lot of the time and the work and it's like go, 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 and you're going against the grain, but you're like, it's okay, because the more work I put in, the more I'll get out of it. And it's exhausting. But society celebrates that. Like, it's like the more work you do, the busier you are. We always say, oh, like, how are you? Oh, I'm really busy. And it's like, it's kind of a sign that you're successful. And that gets celebrated, and people think, oh wow, that person's busy, they must be an amazing person to do so much. But actually, there's also an empowering quality to letting go and letting things flow, and not filling up your schedule with everything. Because when you do fill up your schedule with so much, and when you don't let things flow, you actually miss out on amazing opportunities that help you ride the wave of success, instead of having to like go against the grain of it. And I didn't know this. I was just like exhausting myself, putting so much effort into everything that I did. I don't even know how I don't think I made a lot of time to like do fun things or sleep or rest. I was always like trying to make something of myself. And I thought that meant that I had to really push for things to happen. And I came to dance like that. And I also saw so many amazing females in my family who, I don't know how they did what they did, because they did everything. They were like, some of them are stockbrokers, and they had kids, and they're amazing moms and incredible wives. My mom was mother and father to me and my brother, and I have no idea how she did it, because she was an amazing mom. And she also gave us like the kind of like that fatherly support as well, because that's how it had to have been done that in that time. And so I thought that's what women do. Like, I didn't think that was like out of balance, or it was like, okay, we do it all, and that's like our role, and that's feminine. Um and so I came to dance continuing that role, just wanting to do it all. I was like, okay, I'm following, but I'm also going to lead you. I'm following and being light, but I'm also going to be heavy, because I am thinking about this so much and in my head so much, and I don't trust that I can just feel it. And that's the other thing about feminine energy. It's like, it's not weak. It's so powerful and so strong because it takes trust and it takes surrender. And, I shared in a video previously that my name, Tasleem, means to surrender. And I was not doing that at all in dance. And dance requires surrender. It requires that feminine energy, especially from a follow. And I did not know how to do that. I didn't even know it was missing in me until it became like kind of a fight to dance. I was like, why don't I feel like things are flowing? And why is it when I look at the couple next to us, it looks like everything is like so organic and stuff? But it was me. It was probably largely me. And the other thing is that you take away your lead's opportunity to be a lead and be in his masculine energy. So the more I was trying to control and force a move or not let a move flow, the more the lead had to do less leading and more controlling, or he would have to let go and just suddenly become the more feminine energy kind of partner because he didn't have another choice. And I realized this is really reflective, embarrassingly enough, of how I was in relationships and like romantic relationships and personal relationships. I was probably not trusting that the person that I was with was taking the lead or initiating things. And I thought I had to do it. So it doesn't inspire that person to want to do it for me. It's like, okay, well, what is my role here? Like, why do you even need me? And maybe that is also indicative of I was choosing people that were less in their masculine energy. So maybe they were okay with me doing that. So this is so interesting. And I did say that I'm going to go into more the masculine energies of side of things as well. But I just wanted to say, as far as the feminine energy, that there's nothing wrong with the feminine energy and there's nothing wrong with the masculine energy, and they're both needed. But when you're so out of balance, which I think I was, where you're so, I was too much into my masculine energy, not knowing it, things don't flow to you. You don't become that magnetic person that you admire, that things come easily to them. I started thinking, oh, I'm just not lucky, or I'm not, like, I don't look the right part for that to happen to me, or life is just harder for me, or whatever it was. And it wasn't that. I was making it harder. And so going into the masculine side of things, like I said, if I am being too masculine, my lead is either going to get really tired and worried that I might feel like a 300-pound person on his fingers and hands and whatever. And I'm not dissing any people that are heavier. I know people that are quite heavy in weight, like as far as on a scale, but are beautiful dancers because they know how to keep this balance between feminine and masculine energy. But a masculine energy, like a lead, being in his masculine, we learned that the lead is like the frame of the dance. He creates a frame for his partner. He's protective of her. He creates a support, and he's like the picture frame, and the follow is the beautiful photo. But the beautiful picture and the picture frame can't be beautiful if the lead is not giving a good frame, is not giving a good support, is not being protective and taking initiative to lead and to kind of see where his follows at and work at her level. Or so a lead has a lot of responsibility as well. And the thing is that in a dance, we can kind of play off of each other's energies once we're in balance. Like if I'm in my feminine energy more and he's more in his masculine energy because that's what we need at that time, then somewhere in the middle of the dance, like the lead can kind of be like, hey, I'm going to play around a little bit more with my feminine energy, and he could start doing some fancy move or do some of his own styling in there and kind of become a little bit more like he becomes the focus of the picture. And it's amazing, and it works because then I can adapt a little bit for that time and become a little bit more like lead, like be a little bit more like the masculine energy and hold a frame to allow him to do that. But then we come back to our own parts, and it's not out of balance. And it's this healthy tension that is created between me and the lead, or the follow and the lead, that is necessary in order to create an amazing dance in life, whether it's an actual dance on the dance floor, whether it's a relationship in the world, whether it's a romantic relationship or family relationship or anything. It's like if there's a good polarity between masculine and feminine, then we have a good polarity between, creating support on the one hand, but also allowing something to flow. And we have a good polarity between being a frame and allowing something to a frame that gives and gives and builds something for the partnership. And then the feminine energy, the picture, is like they receive, right? And I had no receptivity button on me at all. It was like I thought that I had to do all the giving, I had to do all the doing, I had to do all the creating, I had to do it all. And like I said, that does not inspire a partner in life or a partner on the dance floor to be able to take his part as a masculine energy role. And I also wanted to say that masculine energy in a female is definitely not it's amazing. Like there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have masculine energy, but masculine energy actually helps you to get dressed up and go out to that dance venue and decide to go and be there. But then your feminine energy, when you get into your feminine energy, when you're dancing there, you allow someone else to do the giving and to create the frame and the support. And you drop into your feminine energy to allow that dance to happen. And, the man's masculine energy maybe creates the initiation of the move, and he's planning where you're going to be traveling in the dance moves, or what is the next move, or he's protecting you from the other dancers around you. But he also still has to be connected to his feminine, because if any of you have experienced this, and I'm sure that you have, whether you're male or female, but let's use the example as okay, so if you're dancing with a male dancer, so you females out there follows, and you're dancing with a male dancer, and he's being what we might term masculine, but it's like a unhealthy masculine, and he's like controlling you. He's like actually trying to push you to where you have to go and pull you. It feels awful. And that's a lead in his unhealthy masculine. So masculine energy is great, but it also needs to be in a balance. And when masculine energy is balanced, it's like there's still feminine energy there. It's like the awareness of how to initiate a move, not to pull the follow, but to actually lead the follow and just guide her. Your guidance. You're not like a forceful, Like you're not like a tornado, like running through and just pulling and making everything chaotic. And it's the same in life and relationships, right? If you're with someone that's out of their healthy masculine, they can be very bossy. They can actually be quite abusive. And it becomes a dynamic where it all becomes unhealthy. But when someone is there in their healthy masculine on the dance floor, I've used this term or this phrase before. Luis Aguilar, I first heard it from him, but a lead, like a good, healthy lead, actually follows his follow. And that's because he's also, not that Luis used the term feminine energy, but I'm adding to that phrase that it's because he's also connected to his feminine energy, which is like allows that flow to happen. And he's also in a healthy masculine role. It's not pushy. It's supportive. It's guided. It's guidance. It's like taking care of that partner who oftentimes is the more feminine energy partner in that dance. So I think that this lesson that dance has given me has been amazing. It's actually allowed me to flow more in other areas of my life. It's allowed me to not have to push so much in life and to realize that some of the best successes and opportunities that have come to me in my life were actually when I trusted in the universe's ability to bring it to me. I trusted and was in my receiver mode instead of my making it happen. I have to make it happen kind of mode. And I really owe a lot of this to dance because, yes, I heard that this is the way that it works in life from other people, from coaches, from relationship videos and advice. But it wasn't until I actually felt what it feels like, because feminine energy also is like an embodiment. It's a feeling. It's not a thinking. Like I said in the beginning, I was always trying to think through the moves, like how does this work and how do I make this happen? And I was using my head to figure it out, but I needed to get into my body, which is very feminine energy, getting into your body, being present. And I love that dance has taught me how to do this, and it continues to remind me of this. And I use it in other areas of my life, and it's actually made me see how that polarity between masculine and feminine within us, like just within our own selves, regardless of having another person around you, is so important. So I know if I get out of balance in my life, I also look at, am I too much in my own masculine or not? My masculine is not supporting my feminine energy to just be and relax and rest and trust. And but also, of course, how I am in my energies so that I relate better and in a more healthy way towards other people. So I just wanted to really share this, and I would love your comments or questions. If you have any expertise in this area, feel free to share more. If there's any details specifically that you resonate with or want to add, I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you guys all next week.